stop burping, that's for sure.
Think I'm paranoid, I don't trust anybody.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you see my face, if you still don't know how to pronounce my name, my first name is Xenia, my middle name is Lydia. Xenia Lydia. Ding. First off, let me start by saying Happy Pride Month! This month is a beautiful month. School ends. I was born. And it's the gayest of all months. Like, it's the rainbow month. How do you hate this month? Today I'm going to be answering some questions about my sexuality. I asked my family and friends on Facebook and on Instagram to ask me questions, and I will answer them. Now, I won't be saying the names of the people who asked me these questions because I didn't get permission, and I also respect privacy. So if you're watching this, you know your question. So before I actually get into the video, I think it's appropriate for me to say that I am bisexual. What is bisexuality? Oh, it's when you're attracted to two genders. Now, gender is on a spectrum. There's more than just two genders, which I'm not going to get into now, but it's a spectrum. But personally, I am attracted to males and females. The first question is, when did you know what your sexuality is? I knew because of Selena Gomez. If you guys remember Wizards of Waverly Place, she played Alex Russo. Now, I loved Alex. I loved her clothes. I loved her personality, I loved her attitude, but it wasn't until she was in that princess movie, another Cinderella story or whatever, and that's when I realized she had boobs, right? And I loved boobs. I still do, clearly. It took me a while to realize that my love for boobs are greater than a straight girl's love for boobs, because we all love boobs, but mine was just like a little, like, it was enough for me to question, like, okay, that's weird. Does having LGBT plus friends help with the coming out process? Yes, it definitely does. Your environment influences a lot of what you do, say, what you believe, your opinions, and I feel like having that support system feels good, because even if you get a negative response when you come out, you have someone to lean on. I'm fortunate enough to live in an environment where it's not something that's out of the norm. I feel like if I didn't have that around me, I would have reacted differently when I came out to myself, because you not only have to come out to other people, you have to come out to yourself. And when I came out to myself, it was more like,
oh, okay, that happened. Oh, I think I like girls too. Alright, that's cool.
How did you know you were ready to tell family and friends? Again, I sort of was like, okay, man, I did it. I told my mom first. She's my best friend, so it wasn't really hard for me to come out to her. The person that was a little difficult for me to come out for was my dad, because at the time didn't share positive sentiments towards the LGBT community, so I was like, and we already had like a rough relationship, so I was just like, I don't but I sort of did what I always do. I ripped the band-aid. That's the method I like to call it. I just do it fast, painless, boom, out of the blue. So it wasn't a point where I was ready. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you because this is something new I discovered about myself, and yeah. And I also suck at like keeping secrets, I'm gonna say that, and I'm not good at lying. So how do you feel when people tell or have told you that your sexuality was a phase? Someone only told me that once, and actually I'm glad that the person who asked me this because I learned something interesting about the topic phase. I think sometimes for some people it is a phase, especially if they're going through the process gradually and they're getting to know themselves gradually, because you don't just discover who you are in one stop. It's like a lot of stops to discover who you are. Like, I don't know who I am because we're constantly growing, figuring ourselves out. I guess for some people, For example, bisexuality, a lot of people say it's a phase, and it's a touchy subject. But for some people, it is a pit stop to figuring out, oh, maybe I am a lesbian. Oh, maybe I'm pansexual. Maybe I just don't like two genders. Maybe I like them all. Because they did it slowly. And we can't just discard that, you know? Their feelings are valid. I think the point where a person crosses the line is when you doubt the person, you know? If a person coming out to you and saying, hey, I'm bisexual, it's your job to respect that and be like, yeah, okay, I love you anyways. And if they come to you again and say, actually, I discovered that I don't like men at all in that way, and I only like females, again, it's your job to respect that and say, I love you unconditionally. So again, just because it may be a phase doesn't mean it's any less valid. You know, for some people that phase is necessary. For me, when I was told of this phase, I didn't take it as an insult because I didn't know much about it. So when someone said it was a phase, I was like, oh, maybe you're right. And I sort of put it in a drawer and ignored it until like sophomore year of high school. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not a phase, no. I definitely could see why people take it in a negative way though, because sometimes I do too. It just depends on the way. Like if I say I'm bisexual and you're like, oh, it's a phase, I'm going to get mad because I know 100% this is a part of my identity. This is the part of my identity where I figured it out. Like I'm telling you I'm bisexual and you shouldn't be telling me I'm not because you don't know me as much as I know me. I know I don't know all of me, but I know more of me than you do. And if someone's telling you this, don't say it's a phase unless they say it's a phase, you know? It's not your job. Have you ever had a complete stranger, in parentheses a man, tell you you are a complete waste of a woman, or you only like women because you haven't had the right man? Fortunately enough, no. But evidently, just by you asking this question, this does happen to a lot of people, which is the most annoying thing ever. Look, I'm confident. I'm even maybe a little bit conceited. I don't think that's a bad thing. Your cockiness about your cock is not needed. Okay? You are not as special as you think you are, and you need to stop. And if you're offended, well, if the shoe fits, it fits. I feel like that's disrespectful to the women. I think saying a complete waste of women is extremely sexist, as if my job is to marry a man and have kids and be a mother. That's not my job. No. That's not what I'm supposed to do. And how dare you tell me what I'm supposed to do? Has anyone ever made you feel like it was wrong or inappropriate to discuss or bring up your sexuality in a certain setting? I've never felt uncomfortable talking about my sexuality. I don't think I've ever been in an environment that made me feel that way. I've always been pretty open about my sexuality because I think uncomfortable topics are topics that we have to talk about. I feel like if this does happen to you, talk about it anyway. If you feel safe, you know? If you feel like you're going to be harmed in any way, don't do it. But if you do feel safe, I feel like you should challenge them, because by them saying or even indirectly saying that it's inappropriate to discuss your sexuality, then they're challenging you. So challenge back. I definitely see posts on like Facebook or Instagram, just social media in general, like things like, oh, same-sex people shouldn't be in cartoons, blah blah blah. But the thing I have with that is, why not? You have different sex couples in cartoons. What's the difference? Stop over-sexualizing sexuality. What is the most disturbing stigma around your sexuality that you have witnessed? I guess I could say a personal one. This guy slid into my DMs and we were just having a normal conversation. He brought up sexuality and he thought it was weird that I was a virgin because I was bisexual, because he said all his bisexual friends are very promiscuous. Sort of annoyed me, just because bisexuality sort of has a stigma, oh, we sleep around a lot, or we're not loyal. I don't think that has anything to do with the sexuality. I think that's more to do with the person. If the person isn't loyal, it's because the person isn't loyal. It's not because, oh, they're bisexual. Oh, you're a man and she cheated on you with a girl. She could have cheated on you with a guy and she was straight. I don't think being bisexual raises your sex drive. If you have a high sex drive, you have a high sex drive, and you so happen to be bisexual. You're very open and proud of your sexuality, but have you ever struggled with it? Yes, I used to. I stopped recently. I used to like think, oh, I need to stop acting so gay, or I need to stop acting so straight and start acting bisexual, as if there's a way a bisexual should act. And I recently stopped doing that to myself because I'm like, I'm just gonna dress the way I'm gonna dress, and that's that. Last question is, what was it like to come out to your family? I told my mom, which was easy. She was the first person I told. No, but she was the first person like I officially told. Like after someone told me it was a phase, I put it in that drawer. I took it out and I was like, Mom, no, yeah, I'm bi. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, and she's like, are you really sure? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. My brother was the next one I told. I didn't know how he was gonna react, but he was just like, I know, which pissed me off because I texted him like a nice paragraph. It was thoughtful. I took my time. I checked the grammar, and he was like, I know, lol. Okay, whatever. My dad took a long time. Actually, I told him freshman year of college, which was this fall, and it was a whim. I was watching a video and I felt empowered, and I was like, I'm gonna tell him. So I texted him and I was freaking out, and then he texted me. He was like, I knew, I was just waiting for you to tell me. And I was like,
why do people say, no, if you know, tell me you know. Like, don't waste my time. Like, I thought I was keeping the biggest secret of my life. I hate keeping secrets, okay? I don't like lying.
that's all the questions I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. Tell me about your sexuality and answer one of the questions I answered in this video down below. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see my face again. And until next time, stay absolutely beautiful.
Get etched in stone, stepping on stepping stones. You just getting stoned. I'm obsessed.